Today we're looking at Hammurabi and the Code of Hammurabi. In the photo that you're looking at here in your video, you see Hammurabi before the god Shamash. No, he is not stifling a yawn. You see that hand in front of his face, but he's actually giving himself some space between himself and the god. Just as in classrooms, teachers put space between themselves and students. This is not because we don't want to be near students. Rather, this is to set up a rather paradoxical situation in which we're learning together, just as Hammurabi was learning from the god, but yet there is that little bit of a gulf. What we're looking at in the photo is a representation of the gods and the mortals being separate. Now, just keep in mind that teachers are not gods, even though you might like to put us up as one, but we are learners just as you are. One thing I find interesting about the Code of Hammurabi is that it's based on one principle, retribution. Everything that you see in the code is basically what we used to call a tit for tat. That is, something is done and something is going to be expected in return as a punishment for what was done. And it's all based on social class. Here in the 21st century, social class to us is kind of a bugaboo. We don't particularly like thinking about social class, even though in our society we do see social class is based largely on economic means. This is true in the ancient world as well, whereas Hammurabi established a code that was based on the social class of not only the person who was victimized, but also the one who did the victimization. Keep this in mind when you're looking at Hammurabi's code and when you're thinking about law in our own society.